Doesn't it seem like everybody and their mother has a podcast? Oh, oh, so I started a podcast with my mom. We wanted a theme song so you could sing along. The show, it starts now.
Testing mic. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's too dark in here, isn't it?
It's a little dark, but it's okay. I could watch you on a green.
It is when you try to do something with the electronics and it's a little dark. It's a little cloudy today. I see wind in the desert. Okay.
All right, hold on a second. Everyone calm down. This is where I say, if you're only listening to this show, I encourage you to go to our website, Everybody and Their Mother Has a Podcast.com. I encourage you to go to our YouTube channel, type the same thing in there, just so you can see what's happening. Because I could watch you futz around on a green screen for 2 hours.
But there's shadow on the left side. It's good for drawing because, never mind. So
let's tell the people where we are. Where are you? You got a virtual background. Where are you?
I have a virtual background, but it's dark. It's not bright enough. Do I have to relocate?
You're fine.
Oh, I am? You don't mind the dark shade on the side?
People are watching Scorsese movies on an iPhone. It's going to be fine.
I don't know. It took me a while to find my lipstick and I got it. So it's, important. This is called, the painting is called Wandering the Road. And I mentioned a couple times ago that I painted this a few years ago and it lives in somebody's place in LA. Somebody bought it. I'm in a new environment, so I didn't know how the lighting would be. It blinked brighter. I'm in the desert.
It's crazy. You just said blinked brighter. I was just thinking about this thing on TikTok where you blink to start a countdown timer. And then you have to try to blink again to stop it at exactly 10 seconds. And I just did it and got 9.99999 on my first try. And as you were speaking, I'm listening to you, but I'm also thinking, man, that blink was really accurate. And you just said the word blink.
I can't even remember how to back up my computer photos, just the photos onto a drive.
No one can.
I have a backup on Time Machine, but I don't
get into that. You really want to get into backup? You really want to get in the backup conversation?
I don't know if it's doing anything. I just want to copy and I didn't remember how to get the computer onto Wi-Fi. I'm having, anyway, hi. So I'm in the desert. We came to the desert a couple of days ago. And we're renting a place that's delightful. And one of the HOA rules is no music outside at all, no exceptions. It's emblazoned on the wall outside, right next to the hot tub. No music.
Wait, is the HOA ran by the mayor from Footloose?
Run by, I don't know.
All right, so go on.
It's very quiet here. The house is set up in such a way that you cannot hear from one side of the house what's going on in the other. And outside, there's a lot of activity, but I can't hear a sound. It's amazing.
Awesome.
Here I am ready to record the podcast. I found the lipstick. I came into my studio. I got ready to join you to do the podcast, and we need quiet. Usually I turn the air conditioner up an hour early and then I turn it down or off so we're not interrupted by the air conditioning noise.
Right.
The air conditioner's not on. Anyway, as I walk toward the room that's my studio, I open the door to walk in here and there's so much noise. I said, Joel, are you watching a footy ball game in Australia? That's their football is footy ball. He said, no, I'm not doing anything. I have nothing on. I said, I thought you were watching a movie. I said, I hear this ruckus, this noise. I thought you were watching a movie. No. So we walked outside. The people next door and the HOA thing on the wall next to the hot tub says no music outside at any level for any reason. And the fines listed are outrageous. The people next door are playing music. It's great music, jazzy, bouncy, colorful music, like at full blast, which is great. But this is the room I was planning all day to record in with the sliding glass door. And can you hear it?
You know, I can't hear it at all, but it's
Good.
you know, we make plans and God laughs is what
I
comes
love
to mind.
that.
And it's like, so, you know, it's the afternoon time. They can't play music just by the pool. Like no one can, not supposed to. Feels like you'd want.
So much for the rules. Anyway, so here I am.
Nice. And I am zooming from your house in Santa Monica. So we switched roles a little bit. So I went from my place to here. I'm going to take advantage of your pool after this recording.
Where are you? There's this wall behind you. Are you outside?
Welcome to a new game called.
And I'm playing. Are you outside?
Let me just set this game up. It's called The Zoom is coming from inside the house, where players have to guess where in their own home.
Not inside the house.
That is. Yeah, so I'll give it away. I'm in your foyer. The front door is to my left.
Okay. What chair are you sitting on? The dining room chair?
I brought a dining room chair in here.
And the front door is to your left?
It's right here.
Okay.
Girlfriend and I took our little mini vacation last weekend. We got in the car and drove like an hour or so south of Los Angeles. Treated ourselves to a little just breaking up the monotony, and it was really wonderful. And we did a couple of really fun things. One of them was an archery lesson. So we got to do archery on the beach, and it was archery in Halloween theme. So after we were shown how to use the bow and arrow, the dude brought out like a zombie mannequin with an apple on his head. So I got to shoot like at this thing. And through conversation, it turned out that the person who was giving it, 17-year-old kid, you know, really young guy, high schooler, but like very good. And we're like, wow, you're really good. Like, is this something that you do here and elsewhere? And like, how long have you been an archer? And he's like, yeah, it's kind of like my thing. I'm on the team in school, and it is like a path that I'm trying to take in a professional way. And I was like, oh wow, like what's the professional track for something like that? And he's like, well, I mean, hoping to get to Paris 24 for the Olympics, and right now I'm ranked like number 1 in the country. So far we're on the right track, but a lot of training and like, whoa, you're what? Turns out this like not random, a very nice hotel, but like the resident archery lesson person is the number 1 archer in the country. And we'll find out in a couple of years, maybe the world. So it was a nice little funny moment. And I got a bullseye. I shot an arrow into an apple on top of a mannequin from a reasonable distance. Maybe it was 20, no, it was probably 12 or 15 yards. And we come to learn, we're so good. We're the best. We're naturals. We were archers in former lives. Like, so how does this distance, compare to like what you're doing? He's like, and you could tell he's answered every one of these questions 6 ways this Sunday, and he's not a jerk. He was like a really just sweet, sort of decent seeming person who didn't want to be a braggart. And he's like, yeah, you're like 12, 15 yards here. I'm like 120, 140 yards away. Or like you're 10 times as far as this. He's like, yeah, it's kind of like the wind is a whole other sport you have to like figure out. I'm like, he's like, yeah, you're here, but you're planning for what the wind is going to do in 10 seconds there. So it was just very cool.
Did you feel poking that arrow through that apple? And do you think that some people, when they do it to take out their aggression, they purposely aim for the mannequin's head?
Great. And yes, we spoke about this. We said to him, obviously you shoot targets for competition. Like, do you like shooting the mannequin? He's like, oh, I love shooting at the mannequin. And he's like, people as soon as a figure resembling a human comes out, people just perk up.
God.
Their accuracy increases, their focus increases, they have more fun because there's something about shooting somebody that people just can't get enough of.
Their accuracy increases over a bullseye or an apple. So when we looked at it, as soon as it presented itself on my phone and we looked at it, Jill said, "That's really aggressive," and then he walked away.
I'll see you at the farmer's market. In hell.
Make-
Feel it. Oh!
So I didn't mean to interrupt, but apparently I'm playing What Happened to the Cup. Can you see this?
I can see it disappearing when it's not.
I'm sorry, I'm having my own fun here.
I told you at the top of the show, I could watch you on a green screen for 2 hours.
Oh my goodness. When they say might be and possibly and bring.
Hold on a second. You want to be on the podcast real quick? Yeah, you
Who
mind?
is it?
Come on in. It's Mark.
Mark, you're the fourth person in the last 2 years that's been in my house.
All right, hi, Sam.
Come on in, I'm not there.
Nice to see you.
I miss you so much. How are the babies? Wait, where did he go? Sit down, have a seat.
I'm just taking my shoes off. Oh, where are you guys? You guys in the desert?
La Quinta, baby.
La Quinta. Nice.
La Quinta. Hardly any peeps here. Although I did discover my next door neighbor is blasting music, which means now I can do it as well.
This is the first time I've been in your
Oh my
house in a long
goodness.
time.
Wait. I wonder, how can I show you? There's a bird. It's bright orange from head to chest. How can I show you? I
don't
can't
know.
show you with my background on. Wait, I have to. Wait, where's my phone? I have to take a picture.
So I said,
Does anybody know where I put my phone? Oh, here it is. Wait a minute, excuse me. Oh my goodness, you've never seen a bird this color. Okay, I don't know what to do with that. Maybe next. Mark, I like your hair.
Oh, thanks. Back to school cut.
It's my best friend, Mark.
Oh, hi.
Hi, I meet Mark.
Hi, everybody.
Surprise guest. You're our second guest on our
Oh.
show ever.
Honored to be here.
You met Mark.
Does the time that Jello snuck into the game room count or no?
This is your third guest. And Mark and I met at university in the 90s.
Half a lifetime ago. Over.
Yeah, it's an entire Billie Eilish ago. And more. It might be a whole Phineas.
Yeah, don't ask me about that.
And so you two have known each other for
Oh.
24 years or something, 22.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, that's not right. 20. Yeah. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
24 years.
Yeah.
Wow. They call that 2 dozen.
Clean dozen. Clean two
Clean
dozen.
doubles. Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
time.
Wow.
It's showing.
And without blowing up your spot, Mark has
Yeah.
and his wife have 4 incredible, intelligent, talented, beautiful children. Was that one of them not?
What else?
Is one-
What
is-
up? Keep going.
From your reaction, is one of them not one of those
Oh,
things?
yeah. Guess which one is not like the others? No, they are all amazing.
No, they're great. They're great.
What? Wait, what?
I was joking, like he reacted, which was gratitude, but I thought for a second he was suggesting the idea that all of them were all of those things. Maybe there was nothing like.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wait, so he's 4 kids, right? And I was like, you're kidding. Mark and I have been in a bunch of bands together, played a bunch of music, done some traveling. We got to hang out. I'm just naming some random things we did. We got to hang out in Paris when you were living there.
Amsterdam.
Here's something.
Amsterdam? You know, I've not been to Amsterdam.
You would like it.
Hmm.
You would like it for different reasons. You would enjoy the sort of coffee shop culture, but there's museums and architecture, and I think you'd really dig it. So we were in Paris, and the plan was to go from Paris to Amsterdam on a train. And another friend was there. His friend and I were visiting Mark, who was living there, and the three of us were going to go to Amsterdam. And we went out in Paris and we had a lot of fun, and we went back to the apartment. What do they call them there? Flats?
L'appartement.
And just hung out and had a really good time. Didn't wake up on time. We got ready, to pack to go to a different country and get to a train in like 11 minutes.
Hungover, confused.
Oh,
God.
Americans.
He was a Parisian at the time. And we got to the train station, not Charles de Gaulle, that's the airport. I forget the train station. And we said at the moment, we're such stoners, we missed our train to Amsterdam.
That's brilliant.
Make it to Amsterdam. We did make it.
We
Eventually.
did make it later that day. It was great.
I don't remember a thing, but
Not
we were there.
one, I have pictures, so I know what happened.
That's really funny.
I watched a guy almost fall into a canal, like blackout drunk. He's like, whoa.
And we stood and watched for a good 10 minutes.
There's, some of the places there's
You
no.
watched for 10 minutes.
Oh, he was
He was
like,
like getting close to the edge and like
We're like,
almost,
oh.
and then he would like recover. And then he'd be
and he was like on the ground and like, there's like,
almost rolling into the
like,
canal.
oh, we're like taking bets.
And we were ready. We're like, all right, we jumping in to save him. Those canals are nasty. But
Full
this
conversation.
is a human being that we must help.
He didn't end up, I think he just fell asleep as close to the edge as possible. We're like, show's over.
Night, night.
I was in Spain, and a group of us had gone to dinner, and we were walking back over the bridge, and on the sidewalk toward the hotel. It was 11:45 at night, and all of a sudden there's a man running toward us in our direction, running as fast as he could, and he was totally naked. And his arms were like this, and he had neatly, perfectly folded all of his clothing from the pants to the shirt to the underwear. And we looked at it. There were like 6 of us there. I think the Davids were there. Joe and I were there.
Oh, this was last couple of years. This wasn't
John and it
like
was
70s.
it was longer. It was longer. It was the Opera Philadelphia trip to Spain, which was amazing. And he's like this with his clothing running, speeding. I couldn't get my phone out fast enough to take a picture. And we looked at each other and I said, husband came home early.
Yeah.
It was,
Oh, he wasn't streaking. So the fact that it was neatly,
no, he was running for his life.
the fact that it was
And I
neatly
think he
folded,
had
I thought,
shoes on and naked, but I can't, the man was naked. Like, how do you top that?
Wow.
I thought this is the most interesting trip I've ever been
yeah,
on.
I thought you meant like he was like an A-type person who was like, I'm gonna streak, but I'll make sure my stuff's folded neatly.
He
No,
was
dude
like
definitely was like,
Yeah.
50 years old at 11:45, running with his
Wow.
clothing folded. He was not happy.
That's actually customary in España. No.
that was the mayor.
Yeah.
It just popped
Welcoming
into
you.
my mind.
That is crazy.
That's
So you think he folded the clothes when he got naked
right.
beforehand? Because he's not rushing out and then folding and then, unless he's a neat freak. And then in that case,
That's what I'm saying.
he had-
A-type personality
had
doing
to-
streaking. I think he's probably A-type and folded it neatly
before the affair.
Yep.
Husband comes home, he scoops up the stack and then just
Or
jets.
Or maybe he's used to this happening, so he has it all folded
He's
out.
ready.
he lost his favorite pants once.
Yeah. He
And
knows
he
the
said, "I'm
husband
never
comes
doing
at,
that
like,
again."
12, so he's got to be out by. He's got to go.
You know, if I fold my clothes neatly, we can cuddle for 10 extra minutes.
And I'll just run home
Same-
naked.
That was the same trip. Oh, that was very cool. Our friend Alan flew in just for dinner one night,
So from
Wow.
where to where?
Philadelphia.
Ballin'.
And maybe he went to see the opera with us. We saw the opera at La Alhambra in the open air garden at 9 o'clock at night. You could smell the jasmine.
In
That's another
Granada.
whole story. It was delightful. The first opera Joel took me to when we first met was this opera that had been written about the Nobel laureate in Spain. It's a longer story. I need notes, but when I saw it was playing, they were performing it in the open air garden in La Alhambra.
Mm,
And Corrado Rivera from Opera Philadelphia went there and conducted it.
wow.
Dolorca, the poet's name is Dolorca. I said to Joel, we have to go on this trip. I mean, it was amazing. That's also the same trip that at lunch one day, my friend John, not that John, friend John, another friend John, said, do you want to share a bottle of red wine? I said, sure. And then after I wasn't like a really big drinker. And after that, he said, do you want another bottle? I said, sure. I missed the museum the entire afternoon, just missed everything.
Day drinking.
Awesome.
Uh,
I remember.
Joel said this is what you were supposed to experience in
Yeah.
college that you didn't because you didn't drink or do any of this stuff. So it's about time.
I was like 16 years old and I had a job as a valet parker at a country club outside of Philadelphia.
How would they trust you?
Oh my God, 16. It was so irresponsible. Not only shouldn't I have been driving their cars, I couldn't drive stick.
Ooh.
So the lot where we'd park the cars was elevated, and the loop where the country club with the qu'est-ce que c'est?
The roundabout, the clubhouse.
Thank you, a clubhouse, was lower. And so like 300 cars would show up at once for an event, and then there was nothing to do for 4 hours, and 300 cars had to leave. So it was like pretty weird gig. And so I couldn't take the stick shift cars from the loop to the lot, but during the rush at the end, I could pop those bad boys into neutral and coast down and just silently roll up. I'm like, your cars, sir. Your car's here. But the reason I bring it up
It's
is
not on.
it's not, I don't know how to turn it on. But the reason I bring it up is the president or GM or chairperson, some head whatever at the country club, famously had gone to like Italy to pick up a tie like 1 week. Like he needed to get lunch and pick up this custom suit or tie. And so that was the first time I was like, wait, you get on a what and go where to do a what and then come back when? Like the whole thing. So John, meeting you for a dinner is that same, like, I guess it's a thing that happens.
Yeah.
Alan,
Alan. It's like Elvis going to get his pot of gold. It was
Yep.
flying to Vegas for a peanut butter jelly. Well, no jelly, peanut butter and banana.
really?
Full loaf of sourdough bread,
Uncut.
split open in half. Oh, not sliced, cut once.
Yeah.
Peanut butter.
Wait, what kind of peanut butter? Peanut butter is very important.
Jif. The crappiest, whatever, the fatty stuff, baby. And spread it on, and then bananas. Wait, to Mark's point, not anyone can make this. He had to get on an airplane to go to his favorite place in Vegas to have it made. Loaf of
Of
bread.
course, it was like one of his homes. It's one of the places that he lives. It's not like that big.
Yeah, he just got his friends and his 15-year-old wife, and oh no, she wasn't invited, and jumped in the plane and went and got a sandwich. Oh no, that's not fair. She was 14, and so it's bread that's split
He
open.
wasn't his wife.
Hey Siri, no, never
A
mind.
cousin?
No, that was Jerry Lee Lewis.
I
Jerry
know.
Lee
So
Lewis married
what
his first cousin.
14-year-old girl?
Bread, peanut butter, bananas, bacon.
Hella bacon, like a pound on one. Yeah.
I will say I've tried it.
Oh,
I have had it.
Bacon?
When I ate meat. I did try this Elvis.
How was it?
how good. So good.
It's so good.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have me some bacon.
It's so like a sweet savory or like a massaman curry with peanut butter and like a spice.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be your jam, but
like
like
salted chocolate.
salted
Oh, so
chocolate.
Mm.
It's insanely good, but it's also like 50,000 calories, and he would like eat it while shooting his television.
no, it sounds great. I haven't had bacon in many, many years.
You what?
I haven't had bacon for many, many years.
Oh, I highly recommend it. I've had a
And
reason.
by the way, I remember where that story with the naked guy was. It was in Bilbao. We had gone there to see the museum.
Nice.
I'm trying
Oh
to think of a pun for Bilbo
goodness.
Baggins or
Bacon.
Bilbo Baggins.
Baggins. Bill Bell's Baggins.
Bill Bell's Baggins. There you go.
Bill Bell Baggins.
Ball Baggins.
Bill Bell's Ball Baggins. Thank you.
Good night, Gracie.
Shall I allow you to continue?
I mean, this is it.
Oh.
This is it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know if that was a.
This is so what
No.
we got here was this, just with one less person and slightly less exciting.
Wait, you told me. That's not what you told me.
Slightly. I said slightly.
What's in the cup?
Water.
Ah, okay. I thought you were like partying.
What's in
It's-
that hand?
Red
Well,
Skull
what's
cup, double, yeah.
what's
Wa-
in that cup?
Vodka soda, and then you go.
See, but they're both red, so you don't know. No, not vodka. I don't, no, not vodka.
Not yet.
You thought you had vodka in one and
You know, it's
soda in the
almost
other.
5:00.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. Do you have somewhere to be?
No, I'm just wondering who's gonna bring me dinner.
No.
Well,
They're in the desert.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just hearkening back to old times.
Yeah.
Old
I
desert
was
times.
cooking up a
Yeah.
storm.
exactly. It's like, do you want some of this? Yeah. Do you want some of this? Yeah.
I cooked a few times this week, pretty elaborately.
What'd you make?
I did like a sort of veggie platter thing last night where I did a roasted celeriac root.
Mm.
I did a
Oh, that's
oh,
delicious.
it's so good. And then I did a like a carrot and onion in like a maple syrup butter sort of roasted
Oh.
thing, and then drizzled a dark balsamic on top of that.
Mm.
I blanched some asparagus that I had bound up. This was fine,
Mm.
perfecto, all shaved.
Mm.
And then there was baked potato, got a
Mm.
little plant-based sour cream, fresh chives, some boutros. It was delicious and filling.
Nice.
He makes us at home every night
Not every night, but lots of nights.
like this.
I realize it's like, I've mentioned this, but it's like super therapeutic. It's like I'm not working, I'm
Yeah.
not thinking about, I can't think about other stuff. It's
Mhm.
hot and sharp. And then I get to eat it.
There you go.
And then I used to get to eat.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
good deal. I liked it.
I did make a Brussels sprouts casserole with Impossible in it that I do have for tonight. We're gonna heat it up for everyone, and I use a little
Nice.
butane
Little
crisp up the front.
Creme it.
Yeah.
Creme brulee.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old's your youngest now?
He's 14 months.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Oh, good. I was afraid it had run away from me further.
he's 5 now. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say like 3.5. I
Little
mean,
mark here.
Yeah, no, he's just, he's standing now and he's like sort of cruising on stuff. Like he'll hold on and walk a little, but and then he'll let go and stand, but then go down. So he's like
Mhm.
not there yet and teething and crying all day long. So that's fun.
All day?
it's amazing.
He's sleeping though, right?
My niece Katie put magnets on the refrigerator and put her baby, as she started to really be mobile, on the other side of the room. And the baby would learn to walk by going toward the magnets on the refrigerator. And then the reward was she could take them off and play with them.
Oh,
It's amazing to see what happens in a year.
Mm.
It's mind boggling, actually.
It is. It's astounding
Mm.
the amount of change. Like think about the change that we go through in a year, and which is nothing. And then
Speak for yourself.
well, yeah. You gotta make some changes. Yeah, it's astounding. And what's cool is like in front of us we have an almost 12-year-old, 9-year-old, 6-year-old, 1-year-old. So we're like developmental stages in
Mm.
one room, and you can kind of
Wow.
see them, and that's pretty interesting. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So
Wow.
we're having fun, and yeah,
That's wonderful.
it's busy, and
I remember when Rick was giving your daughter cooking lessons in
yeah,
the desert, and I'd like watch him, and it's like he has her using the sharp knife. I'm leaving.
still
Good,
doing pots.
Competent,
Yeah,
confident.
yes.
And there was one, I forget what the dish was, but it was a heavy bottomed, like a Dutch oven type pot.
Mhm.
And it wasn't even like a precarious thing. She like knew she wouldn't be able to lift that. So she's like, hold on one second. It was very methodical. There wasn't like any sense of like flying blind. She was very, very competent and confident.
Huh, that only extends to
That was
cooking, I think,
amazing.
not other things like cleaning up after oneself or straightening up your bed or not.
Yes or no?
He's
Not-
saying no.
No.
But it's not like we made a chocolate souffle. I'm talking about like we did like sauteed cabbage, and she was like super into it. It's like
Yeah.
that's like
Oh, that was good, that cabbage.
it's tasty, but most 11-year-olds are not like into like learning how to do cabbage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so maybe you should hide cabbage under her dirty clothes.
No, I don't think so. We went to see her when she was born.
Yeah.
Wow.
In your apartment in Philly.
22nd Street.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
How many years ago? It was 12 years ago.
Almost 12. Yeah. Crazy.
Wow.
Like, so, and your in-laws were there. They had flown in from Paris to see the baby. It
Yeah.
was like, ah, I think I've seen each of them after they were born.
Yeah.
Wherever you were living,
Oh
I
wow.
might be off by one, but I think I've come to see each one.
Wow.
Yeah. Through the years.
And I watched 2 of them while the 3rd one was being born.
Yeah.
That was fun. I got
God
a call
boy.
to come over and
Yeah.
pinch hit, babysit.
Doesn't get better than that,
That was cool.
except, being there and watching.
I feel like you came home like, nah, it was great. I feel like you came home like a few hours later. It wasn't even like, maybe you came home.
Yeah, it was me. Yeah.
You sure?
Well, just to pop home probably and to check on them. Wow.
It
But she would.
seems to me at some point you brought a baby home very early. 'cause
Yeah.
you
would've
said,
been.
okay, we're done, we're out of here. I
Yeah.
don't remember which baby it was.
Yeah.
It's like an IV trailing.
Yeah. Gowns open in the bags. Yeah.
Like, I have things to do, get me home.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Life is going on.
Pretty much. Well, this was great surprise.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining
Thanks for
us.
having me.
This
This
is
was
amazing.
awesome.
Mom,
Awesome to see you, Sharon.
Good to
It's
see
only
you. more.
digitally, virtually, but soon in person,
yeah,
hopefully.
we're gonna go out to the desert.
Sometime.
Oh, are you guys out there for
Dave-
a while, or are you doing like
Yeah.
a winter there, or?
Yeah, out
Um,
here for a while.
Nice, okay.
David's getting a booster on Tuesday, so we're really thrilled about that.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's good with that stuff. He handles stuff like,
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
cool customer. when it comes to that. I
Yeah.
FaceTimed with David a couple days ago. It was pretty successful. He's doing well. He's getting good care. He seems. It's funny, the like more I step back because it's like a habit. We're like trying to get David's attention on a phone call and like working to like. And once
Engage him,
I
yeah.
stopped doing that, my mom, we spoke about it on the show. She has as well. It's sort of a sharing space. And sometimes it'll be.
Right.
It's all good that you're not talking, but I'm gonna do this thing. But you want to stay on the phone with me? And sometimes he'll say
Mhm.
like yes, and sometimes he won't answer.
I asked him, do you want to hang up or do you want to hang out? Hang out.
It's
I
really
love
good.
it. Yeah, it's just spending time and not, you
We
know.
once spent, one day I had gotten to Ocean Avenue to go for a walk and walk down some of the steps and walk on the beach. And he FaceTimed me. And I answered it and I said, so I'm taking a walk. And we talked for like 5 minutes and I said, which is sporadic, but still, and I feel his energy is great. And I said, do you want to hang up? Or, I mean, I don't have to. Do you want to hang out? He said, yeah, let's hang out. And I showed him the beach and the steps and now we do that because sometimes he doesn't really talk for a very long time. And I'll say, check in. Do you want to hang up or do you want to hang out? Once in a while, he'll say hang up, but usually, yeah, let's hang out. Let's hang out.
And this is kind of what I was driving at. So I've sort of backed up from like the need for engagement. Like, let's just, and the more I back up from it, just kind of conceptually, I can't say the better quality the interactions are because they're varied, but the more I back up, the more it's the same as everyone I know. Some days they're focused. Some days they don't want to hang out. Some days they're talking about another topic when I'm trying to stay focused. Sometimes he's bringing up something from last week. Like, it's kind of like, if he's not in a good mood, I'm like, I know what that feels like, you know?
He doesn't
Like
have to.
this
Yeah,
sort of
certainly.
urgency has been removed from me. And I think it's been, again, I can't say like it's improved the dialogue. It just makes it less different, less outside of the norm.
Just because your expectation of how it would go, or like,
Yeah.
or you want
I
to.
think I have to step back a couple steps of like, it's not like there's no requirement. It's like when you and I talk, I want to hear how you're doing. I want to make sure everyone's safe and sound. I want to know the next time we're going to hang out. Right.
Yeah.
I might want to tell you, get 2 things off my chest, whatever. Right.
Yeah.
There's a couple things. And David's dialogue, my dialogue with David has historically been, I'm going to try to get him to focus for 20 seconds on me. I'm going to try to get him to say, I love you after I say, I love you. I'm going to try not to hang up without him acknowledging the call is ending. Different criteria, but like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And the more I've stepped back, I've sort of just, no, we're just going to talk. And if it's a 5-minute or 30-second chat, it doesn't mean anything other than that was good sharing space and energy. There are a number of times we talk and he, less than 60 seconds into the call, remembers that he needs to use the restroom. Go do that. And then I don't hear from him. And it's like, oh my God, we didn't finish our conversation. It's kind of like, I have a friend I'm thinking of right now. I won't call out on blast, who I'm like, oh yeah, how are you? Great. How are you? Cool. Want to talk on Monday? Sure. How about 4 o'clock? And just never heard from him again. Right. And I know we all have experiences like that. And many of us have done that to other people. It's not you guys, but other people. It was not Mark.
No, it was not Mark.
There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's
like
sort of-
perfect. In California, people say perfect. I explained to Joel, expressed to Joel yesterday what I think about that and what it means to me. And he said, people say perfect. I said, yeah. And about 20 minutes later, somebody texted me about something. And I said, look, she ended it with perfect. I said, it's a Cali thing.
That's awesome.
Perfect could be like, I'm blowing you off. It could be, we're done. It could be perfect, done. So it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. So with David, I get to feel his energy. I'm not going to have long involved conversations or give or takes. There's usually not a consistent stream. It's one thought, another thought.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen him for almost 2 years. So it fills me up to feel his energy, even over the FaceTime. In fact, it's really good.
That's a long time though. Almost 2 years. Yeah.
It's a long time.
Longer for me. I saw David and my dad in June of 2019. It's almost almost 30 months.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
19. I saw David December 6th of 19.
Right. I saw him in June of 19.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is wonderful. I love you.
I love you too. Mark, it was great seeing you. It's
Really great.
pressure off of us.
If you are still listening, thank you for doing so. Subscribe, tell a friend, check us out on the gram if you're into the downfall of democracy. Check us out on YouTube if you're into Google. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast. There's merchandise. I've seen our t-shirts here and there. It's pretty cool to see. Pressure. Most importantly, don't forget to call your mother.
Doesn't it feel?
Love you, Mark.